What do you think would be the commonest criticism people make of you?
That's a good one. That's a good question. Some would say the jokes are too old, which they are. Some people would say I'm coarse. But vulgarity was always comedy. In today's world, with the alternative comedian, people aren't unabashed about that, so that's fine. But they're dirty. Good comedy was never dirty. It's vulgar. Of course it is. Like Chaucer's plays are vulgar.
Right, so they might say that. What would they say about you as a person? What would be the aspect of you least like?
No, we'll get down to the nitty-gritty now. I think the worst part of me, I would like occasionally to have the guts to say no. I'm too fond of trying to please everybody, which causes a degree of dissatisfaction in my dear spouse. I try to be a man for all seasons, and it doesn't work. So I would rather like to, just for once, to say something, no. But I haven't got the courage. I want to please.
You do?
That's my trouble. And that's my problem. Weakness. Terrified, isn't it? There's a case history here for you. Adler would have had a joy with me. I don't mean Larry Adler either.
But it hasn't led you into too much trouble.
And you're drinking this wine? Is there something strangely awful about this?
I'm drinking it, yes. But when you say you wished you were able to say no, is that because other people wish it, or you genuinely feel bad about yourself
I
because
don't
you
like
don't
to
say
upset
no?
people.
Why is that?
I don't know.
Did you ever upset people?
Oh, well, I think I upset people by trying not to upset them. So maybe it's a catch-22 situation.
Why? Because you have to cancel things or say no
well, no,
after
at
you
the
said
time, see, suppose you and I were to go on to O'Connell Street to a pub, which we'd both enjoy enormously, just the two of us. We'd talk about the world, we'd talk about psychiatry, we'd talk about philosophy, reincarnate, whatever you like. I wouldn't want that night to end, so I will keep you there as long as possible, till the whole of the Liffey and O'Connell Street is empty, till dawn's rising. Because I don't want that night to end, because I will never reproduce it or recreate that night again. That's the trouble. So I get Tracy pulling me sleeve and say, it's about time we went. And he looked round, there's only the janitor left. So I'm always the last of the party, but it's just, it's a lovely night. I've done it to end. It's a very basic thing, really. I'd like to be able to be forthright and say, thank you very much, it's been a wonderful evening, it's been wonderful meeting you, good night. Couldn't do it. I'd be missing something.
How much of a burden is it being a comedian? For example, this tendency of other people to expect you to be funny all the time.
Never bothers me. I think it's nice.
Do you?
Well, I don't know. Everywhere we go, people smile and, the sailors, you never met them before. No, I don't mind it in the slightest.
Or in social situations where you meet and maybe you don't feel like being particularly
Well,
funny.
again, there's always a view that if you're in show business, therefore, you're at orgies, you smoke pot. I wouldn't know an orgy if I fell over one, to be honest. Nobody's ever invited me to an orgy.
You say that was regret.
Total regret. Did you notice in the voice, the timbre?
I did.
And so we lead when we first moved to where we are now, it's a little quiet road in the middle of the woods, and it's quite nice. And there was one lady who talked like that, and she said to me, "You know, Mr. Dawson, when I heard that you were coming to live here, I sent a round robin to the neighbours to see if we could thwart your occupancy." So I said, why? She said, well, I had this mental picture of you, Johnny, going about the lawn naked at 3 o'clock in the morning. And she said it with that sort of regret in her voice. She said, but you're really quite ordinary, aren't you? And I think there's a sense of regret in her voice. So you do get that. But on a broader basis, no, it's nice because, let's be fair, it opens some doors for theatres and things like that. It's hard work, our business, and there are some very bad points to it, but there's that side which is very nice. And I find people basically all right. I found the people are very nice towards you, and there's always a smile, which I think is great. And when we have a daughter, it's an 8-month-old daughter, and she's doing my faces already. I'm teaching her with literally pull faces. That's the keynote. Never mind your O-levels. Pull a funny face.
And he does. Did anybody spot it? I mean, outside your parents and your family and so on, who you would have entertained in various ways, did anybody say, here, Dawson, you've got a talent?
Oh, no, when I came out of the
What
army.
age would you have been then?
21 I came out of the army.
And who was it?
Max Wall. He was doing a series of auditions, and I auditioned for him in Manchester, the old Manchester Hippodrome, as it was, the name's Hardwick Green. And he said to me, to quote and use the voice, to paraphrase, I think you've got a talent. But them days I was playing the piano and singing, you know, and getting a few laughs, particularly when I played the piano. So that's how it started.
Do you worry about things?
No.
Death?
No, I'm... Pardon?
Death?
No, death, no, death doesn't bother anybody. It's the method of death that worries
dying.
people. That's all. Dying yourself, no, it's only an extension of life.
When you are sad, I suddenly crossed my mind, perhaps your kind of comedy would be better.
Let's hope you got it improved with the laughs I'm getting lately.
But when did you realise that your particular brand of comedy, your skill, was this lugubrious kind of humour, the humour about the blackness of life, and you kind of inching away along, commenting on it? I mean, the character of Ada, too, this extraordinary woman who kind of mouths silently the latest disasters. When did you discover that that was what made people laugh?
Well, the first part of the lugubrious aspect, which you put so very nicely, started in Hull. That's how it started. I was playing the clubs up there. And it was difficult to describe them, but they used to throw drunks in, you see. Well, you laughed then, didn't you? God, that's a major breakthrough. And I was, to quote the show business physiology, I was dying when I stood. And it was on the Thursday night, and I always remember, there's an area of Hull called the Land of Green Ginger, where the slave markets used to be. And there's a very good pub there, excellent beer, excellent. And I sipped mightily of yon malt, to the extent I couldn't get up hardly. I was stoned, to put it in a nice phrase. So I went onto the club that night. There was a makeshift curtain keeping me away from that seething mass of humanity out there who was baying for my blood. And I sat at the piano, and when they announced me, I couldn't get up. So I looked at them, bleary-eyed, fed up with them, fed up with myself, and just told them what I thought about them and what I thought about myself. And they roared. In the day, as there's daylights, bars crept through the window, the grey bars, and the head stopped pounding. I thought, what happened last night? And I didn't remember getting laughter, which was an alien sound to me, laughter. I mean, silence, you know, you could chew a lozenge and hear it rattle like a musket volley when I was on stage. Suddenly I'd got a laugh. So then I worked at it. Then I began to think, I tried it again the following night, this time with a bit more discipline. And slowly but surely, that's how it started. Yeah. Then when we started doing television work, I used to watch, because I'm the great love of the Lancashire mill women. Because my mother-in-law, first mother-in-law was one. And she had a face like a bear trap. But they had this lovely majesty of morality, northern women. So if it was anything to do at all with the private parts of the female anatomy, they would never say one word. They would pantomime it. They'd mouth it. They'd say, is it true that she's there? I believe she had a show. Now, you knew instantly what had happened. She didn't have to say two words. She said more by not saying anything. And I used to like these women. I thought, this is great. And so we started doing them with this partner of mine, Roy Barraclough. And they became an instant hit because they were just genuine. That's exactly what they were.
There's no questioning the role of women in northern British life. But the men are either shadowy or rather pathetic or rather innocuous or rather inferior or just absent. Now, what about you as a man, as a father? What sort of father do you think you are? I'll put it very
bluntly, and Tracy's out there now, but I'll put it very bluntly. I wear the pants in our house. You can see them from under my apron. And she becomes very important in building that home. You foraged for the scraps to build that home. So that puts you in a secondary position because by being the homemaker, she's the most important. I've said it, then there you go. And I think women are very nice.
And your role?
What about... My role is to look after them as father, is to be there, benign, wise. You know, I enjoy family life. I don't think of anything better. I can't think of a kibbutz system. I like family life. I think it's great. I think it's marvellous. I think the more you can shroud your kids in affection and love, they'll grow up better citizens.
Are you an ambitious man?
Yes.
What are your ambitions?
I don't know. I just don't know. I do anything. If anything crops up, right, not being disrespectful, this. When my agent first approached me about this, you know, I was first inclined to say to him with the biblical phrase, go forth and multiply thyself. But to be perfectly honest, I wanted to do it because it's different. My ambition is to travail anywhere that's different. I think that's what keeps a human being's brain active. I think it keeps us alive. And we are by very nature are the spiritual explorers, for want of a better phrase. We like to do different things. And once we're cosseted in something that's secure, then we are failures.
Now, when you compare yourself now with the little boy growing up in working-class Manchester, obviously there are things that are quite different. certainly the external things are different. Do you think